Hello and welcome back to the Rosevere YouTube channel.
Hello.
It's gloriously sunny today, which is wonderful. So we're sat looking out at the sun, which is really nice. It's getting to be properly
And
toasty
it's
warm.
so many days we've had great weather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, proper like 18 degrees today though. So I'm very happy about it. So I think this morning we were kind of looking for something more refreshing, mild to drink. So then we started talking about the green teas that we've got, and we've done quite a few videos on black teas and the oolongs and things.
Yeah.
We thought the green teas were being a little bit abandoned.
Yes, a little bit
Neglected.
neglected.
Yeah. So we thought it'd be a good idea to talk about some of those today. Do you want to tell us about what we're drinking?
So we're drinking Tamaryokucha, which wonderfully made by Paul, actually. Really, really fabulous.
Yeah.
And it's an unusual Japanese tea. The main Japanese tea is Sencha. More than 50% of Japanese tea is Sencha. And it's got a very particular, it's rolled and it's put into a needle shape. Now, Tamaryokucha, as the name shows, if you speak Japanese, of course, it's a coiled green leaf. Sometimes steamed, sometimes pan-fried. We have had pan-fried ones in the past. Current batch is steamed. Flavor is a little bit different to Sencha. How do you find the flavor?
Well, we were talking about it before. I mean, it's really interesting. It's definitely like very smooth. We were talking, saying it's a little bit less umami than a sencha, I think. The notes are pretty unique. I think you get the steamed flavor as well. It's kind of similar to like a fukamushi tea kind of thing, like with that sort of depth of flavor that comes through.
That sweetness, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's you want to make it very like particularly because I think it can be sensitive to the water being too hot and things like that. Actually, I've mentioned it in videos quite a while ago, but probably not on the YouTube channel. My usual like tip
Advice.
thing. Yeah, it's kind of I thought that I had taken it from somebody else, but nobody knows where I got it from. So I guess I made it up and I forgot.
think this is Ella who said it first.
So the bath, not a shower technique, I suppose, is the thing that I'm always telling people. You want to make sure that your tea leaves are dunking into a bath instead of having a shower so that the water isn't burning them as soon as it goes on. Generally, pouring the water into a cold teapot will bring the water down by about 5 degrees anyway. So you have a safer bet of not burning your tea leaves and making them taste really bitter.
Yeah.
I think that was why I talked about it previously, because I had a video that was inspired by somebody saying that they just hated green tea. And I asked them how they were making it, and they said that they were just boiling the kettle and pouring it on a tea bag of green tea. And I was like, well,
I think
that's your problem.
Yeah.
You will burn it immediately, and it just won't taste how it's meant to.
So if you bring the temperature of the water to the right temperature, so 70 to 80 degrees, and then you put your tea in. You put your tea in so it's having a bath. It's not that you're pouring water over it so it's having a shower.
Yeah. I know it sounds a little bit like finicky, I guess, like it's a bit particular, but I think it tends to be that people will think that they don't like green tea because it's been made a little bit wrong, and you just have to make it in that way for it to taste so amazing. It just tastes so much better, and it's so worth it. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to get a thermometer and we've got a kettle that has different temperatures on it. But you don't have to get all this equipment. Like, you just leave your kettle for like a few minutes to let it cool down, and then pour it into your cup or pot before the leaves, and then you've got a better attempt at making the green tea taste how it's actually supposed to. Yeah.
And also, don't over infuse. You can get away a lot more with black teas, and particularly with herbal teas, to leave teas for longer than you'd expected. The telephone rings and you don't take the leaves out when you'd expected to. Green tea, you've got to be a little more precise, particularly Japanese green tea. You stay by the teapot and then you lift the leaves out, possibly 30 seconds, 1 minute, 1.5 minutes later.
Yeah. And obviously it's up to like personal preference, but I do about a minute for almost all green teas because I just find that the sort of more delicate notes they have more of an opportunity to come out if you don't have too many of the sort of bitter tannins that come out the
Yeah.
longer you brew it. I mean, yeah, there are herbal teas and rooibos teas that we've got that you can leave in forever. Like you can just leave the leaves in the whole time you're drinking a whole pot and it's just gonna get
Yeah,
slightly stronger. It won't go bitter.
absolutely.
But that's just not the process for green tea. It needs to be like treated a little bit more carefully, but it just is so worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a question that we get a lot because we have quite a few green teas that are maybe not like obviously differentiated when a customer is looking at like the whole shelf. They're
Yeah.
like, what's the difference between these? So what's the difference between bancha and aracha? What's the difference between like the senchas? So we thought maybe it'd be a good idea to like discuss the differences between some of them. We've got four senchas, and then we have, I mean, the racha, bancha, those are in kind of a slightly different category, I think.
Yeah.
The gyokuro, and this is Tamaryokucha. So there's all sorts of different ones.
And hojicha.
Yeah, of course, hojicha and kukicha as well. I don't think I said that one. That's one of my favorites to recommend. I think
Yeah,
because it's
that's a
so
really
good for
popular
you
one.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So do you want to tell us a little bit about the senchas then?
Okay, so we've got four senchas. We've got two from a single garden in Shizuoka in Japan, a Sekoan garden, and one is called Sencha, and it's the first pluck, picked 88 days after the spring equinox. And it's just the softest leaves that are picked, and it's a type of tea that is offered as a gift in Japan, and it's to wish good fortune to someone that you greatly respect. Second one from that garden is the first sencha. So name for first is Joe, so it's Joe sencha, and it's produced using a fukamushi method. The fukamushi means deep steamed. And deep steams gives a bolder, deeper, sweeter taste.
Yeah, there's a real richness to that one.
Yeah, it's the leaves are less beautiful, has to be said. They are slightly more broken because the steaming process has been longer, but the flavour absolutely fabulous. And we've got two other senchas. So we've got Sencha Fuji, which has a wonderfully rounded, grassy taste, really fabulous, great as a cold infusion.
Yeah, very nice.
It's would be the most popular of the senchas.
Yeah.
And the last sencha is Sencha Yamato, slightly different to the other senchas. It's not deep steamed, regularly steams, but it's a later sencha, later harvest. So not the spring harvest. It's the late summer. It tastes different. It's delicious, but there's an astringency, so a texture in the mouth when you drink it, and there's also a pleasing tartness. So it's not just sweet and grassy like the Sencha Fuji. So preferred by some of our customers. Some of our customers prefer the Sencha Fuji. That's good to have a choice.
Yeah, I think if it's the first time you're trying a sencha, probably Fuji is like the
That's the one I
normal one to
recommend.
go
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
But if you loved the sencha Fuji, then Yamato works as a next step because it's, I would say, a little bit more complex.
It's more complex.
So you can sort of try out both and see which one you want to stick with, I suppose, or both. Just have both, alternate them, works. So yeah, I mean the difference between, I mean, any of the senchas are more on the seaweedy side of the notes than this Tamaryokucha.
Yeah.
This
So
we were saying
this has a vegetal note, doesn't it?
it is vegetal, but you said more kind of like spinach sort of thing.
Without going too much towards it, there's a hint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not as not as strong on the seaweed side, but it's still really, there's definitely a note there still. But it's more Yeah, more vegetal. So as we said, there are many green teas that we've got there. Um, that was only yeah, that's only five or so from Japan. We've got more from Japan, and then there's one Nepalese, and
Yeah.
then we've got some Korean, some Chinese. I mean, it's my personal favorite genre. I'm realizing that the sun has kind of come around. It's my favorite type of tea, I suppose. So if you're interested in hearing more about the other ones, then please let us know, and we will do videos talking more about those.
And if you live in Edinburgh, find out which shop Ella's working in and get advice from Ella.
Well, as long as you do the bath, not a shower one, that's a good one to start with. But yeah, yeah, I'll happily speak about green teas with anyone all day, every day. And if you want to come and drink one, we are sat in the lovely window, and it's starting to be glorious weather. So if you want to come
Yeah.
and stare out the window at the sun and drink some gyokuro or some Tamaryokucha, this is the right place to do it. But thank you very much for watching, and
Thank you for watching.
we'll see you next time.